So please take a comfortable seat, an upright seat. Once I finish with the technology part here, I will change my glasses so you won't be just looking at the turquoise sunglasses, but it is helpful right now. So please come into your seat, representing your sense of center. You can rest your hands in your lap. You could rest one hand in the lap of the other. And sometimes it's nice to begin your practice with your hands on your heart, or one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. You can decide. And just allow your mind to filter away that which will be a distraction for your practice right now. And to bring your attention to that which will benefit your practice right now. You've already done an amazing thing by scheduling yourself to be here and then taking the action steps to do it. There are actually many small and large logistics involved in that. So one thing you can do to center into your practice is continue that process of filtering out that which would distract or intrude, that which would disrupt you, and to deepen even more your commitment to being here. And deepen that commitment in your breath, in your body, in your community, in your sangha, in your heart, in your mind. As you feel yourself arriving now, let's practice the vertical plumb line. So you can lengthen your spine and deepen your breath, sort of like north to south, from the base to the crown. When you feel yourself re-inhabiting this vertical line, then start to widen your attention out in what I'm calling the horizontal plane, which means to include everything and everyone, to be willing to see in all directions. Allow life to influence you, even in your yoga practice. And by life, I mean that which is most potent about life right now. I don't mean life like the grocery list. So the author and playwright and activist James Baldwin, he said, "Love takes off masks that we fear we cannot live without, and we know we cannot live within." Love takes off masks that we fear we cannot live without, and know we cannot live within. So allow that to filter into your body. In a way, your yoga practice is helping you to take off the mask and to see more clearly. And he also said this: people are trapped in history, and history is trapped in them. People are trapped in history, and history is trapped in them. And yoga is also to help us overcome that sense of how history is holding us back, what is trapped within us in the fabric of the body. So we're going to be practicing moving, breathing, sensing to help release that sense of being trapped in history or having history trapped in us. And so let's bring the hands together at the heart, please. And may our practice today help us to take off the masks, and we wear many masks, even yoga teacher mask or yoga student mask, the mask of our personalities, the masks we know we cannot live within. We're also here to help the body be more porous and to sense that we need not be trapped in what history has been. So we'll chant the Gayatri mantra together. Om Bhurva Suvah Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata Om Bhurva Suvah Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata Om Bhurva Suvah Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayata Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om. With your exhale, you may bow your head to your heart and release your hands. And please open your eyes. We are going to come up to standing. I'm going to switch cameras. And then I'll back away from the computer and stand up. And you can join me on your yoga mat. Great. Wait, I have a little tangled cord. Just a moment. Okay. So when you take a stance, let's do a stance as wide as your yoga mat. And we're going to be taking the arms up overhead and then crossing the hands at the back. When you're crossing your hands, cross them something like this. So you're touching the opposite shoulder blade. And you're going to be changing the cross of which hand is on top and which hand is on the bottom. And so this is a little warm up for breathing this morning. So when you inhale, raise both arms up. And then exhale, cross your hands and look down. Now press your head back into your wrists. Inhale to look up. And exhale, float the arms wide and down. Again, inhale, raise your arms. Exhale, cross the hands, look down. Inhale, press your head back and look up. And exhale, release your arms wide and down. Again, twice more. Inhale up. You cross your hands, look down. Now inhale, press your head back, lift your heart, your collarbones, open your throat. And exhale, arms wide and down. One more time. Inhale, raise your arms. Cross your hands, look down. Inhale, raise up. And exhale, go up and wide and down. And then notice any difference you experience in how present you're able to be, any difference at all, just from that. Step to the front of your mat for Surya Namaskar. So sometimes we forget, it might be a very small, seemingly small, short breathing intervention that brings us back to presence. So just check and see if that was effective for you in that regard, that you came back. And then join your hands together. Now this time we're going to clasp the hands when we go up. We're going to take the heels of the hands up like that, but when we come down, I want you to take the pinky finger side of your hands like this, behind your head. So you're going to be pressing your head back and pulling the elbows up. So that is the pinky finger side of the hands to do that part. Okay, so hands interlaced, please. And inhale to go up. You now exhale, pull the hands wide and elbows wide. Place your pinky fingers at the base of your skull. Now inhale, look up, pull the elbows up. And then exhale, push up. Inhale to open. And exhale, hands to the heart. We're going to repeat that so you'll get it. Here we go. Inhale, raise the arms up. Full breath cycle, reach up, look up. And then exhale, hands down, pinky fingers behind the base of your skull. Now inhale, elbows up, lift the base of your skull up, lean back. Exhale, push up, bring your head to level. Inhale to open. Exhale, hands to the heart. Twice more. Inhale up, look up. Exhale, elbows wide, hands wide behind the head, pinkies in place. Inhale, raise your elbows, look up. Exhale, push up. Inhale to open. And exhale, hands to the heart. Once more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, elbows up. Raise the pinkies into the base of the skull. Look up. Exhale, reach up. Inhale to open. And exhale, hands to your heart. Close your eyes for a moment and just observe any difference in your sense of posture or presence or porousness. Now for Surya Namaskar, please bring your blocks in if you'd like to use them. And using the Ujjayi inhale, press the hands down, palms forward. Ujjayi inhale, raise up. And then exhale, Anjali Mudra and Uttanasana. Inhale, glide forward. First, it's the heart, collarbones, chin, then your eyes. Exhale to bow towards your legs and go inward, but don't push your face towards your shin bones. Use the deep low belly for the exhale there. And then inhale, glide forward again. Bring your heart forward, collarbones, chin, and eyes. And then exhale to bow towards the legs, using the deep low belly and not rushing your nose towards your shins. Place both hands, please, and step backwards to downward facing dog pose. So in downward dog pose, you're going to stay for several breath cycles, and I'm going to ask you to do a little bit of work with the upper back and shoulders. So first, when the arms are straight, turn your triceps strongly in towards your nose. And by that, I mean you're rotating the arm externally. And keeping that strength, you're going to gaze back between your toes and heels here. Then I'm going to ask you to glide the shoulder blades on the upper back. So on the inhale, you can kind of make your downward dog pose longer from your heart to your hips. And then on the exhale, glide your head towards your hands. Your shoulder blades are going to slide on your rib cage. The dog pose seems shorter. Inhale to make it longer. Do not bend the elbows. This is in the shoulder blades. Exhale to glide. So your head kind of slides towards your hands. Inhale, press. And then exhale to glide the shoulder blades on your rib cage. And once more, inhale, reach long, turn your triceps in towards your nose, and then try to find a sweet spot between those two actions. And now keeping that stable, with your inhale, raise your left leg high. And keeping the arms stable, exhale, stack your hips over your right thigh. And then exhale, level your hips, and please step your left foot forward between your hands. Press down into your left heel, and as you inhale, sweep the arms wide. And when you're coming upright, if you're thinking, wait, we're supposed to do the right side first, so I am disrupting your pattern on purpose. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, pull the elbows down. Use your shoulder blades in the back of your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, shoulder blades and elbows down. Raise your heart up. Inhale, reach up. And this time, exhale, arms wide. Come forward slowly. And step backwards to downward dog pose. And again, establish the arms really firmly. So index fingers, thumbs, even the pinky fingers. Turn the triceps in towards your nose. And find a sweet spot between the glide of the shoulder blades and the long reach of your downward dog. And when you have a sense of that sweet spot, then raise your right leg high to one-legged dog pose. And stack your hips over your left thigh. Do your best to keep the foundation stable, arms steady. And then exhale, level your hips and swing your right foot forward between your hands. Root down through your right heel. Inhale, sweep the arms wide. This time, exhale, bring your elbows and palms together. Inhale to reach up. And exhale to reach wide. Now inhale, elbows and palms together. This time, exhale to reach up. Inhale to reach wide. And exhale, elbows and palms together. Inhale to go up. And now exhale, forward and down. And please step your left foot forward to meet your right foot. Bring your heart forward. Exhale for a deep bow towards your legs. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands, palms, and elbows together. Inhale, reach up, separate the elbows. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, glide forward. Exhale, right toes and right knee back, touch the floor. Inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana. This time, exhale, palms and elbows together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach wide. Inhale, step forward, heart forward. Exhale, left toes back, left knee down. Inhale, reach wide and up. Now keeping the heart up this time, exhale the elbows down, shoulder blades into your upper back. Inhale to reach. Exhale, elbows down, shoulder blades in. Inhale to reach. And exhale, arms wide. Touch the floor and step backwards to your downward dog pose. Again, make the arms really stable. Gaze back between your heels. Now, making the breath smooth and the arms stable, you come back to a sense of foundation. In spite of the sequence being something you don't know, where are we going, and it has a couple of slight changes, your foundation is yours to come back to stabilize. So when you next inhale, glide forward to plank pose, gaze down between your thumbs. And then exhale, knees, chest, and chin pose. Now inhale, cobra pose. And exhale, pranam. Roll down one vertebrae at a time. Take the shoulders back, bow your head. Inhale, roll up, cobra pose, bhujangasana. And exhale, roll down, pranam. 3 times more. Inhale, on your breath cycle, roll up. Exhale, with your breath cycle, roll down. And begin to consider one of the masks that you can release. Consider that during your roll down, releasing bit by bit. Then inhale to roll up. Lift your face to the sky. And exhale to roll down. Curl the toes under. Inhale, press up to plank. And exhale, reach backwards to downward facing dog pose. Now set the shoulders again so you return to your stable foundation. Rotate your triceps in towards your nose. Gaze back between your heels. Now with an exhale, raise your left leg high, Ekapada, Adho Mukha Svanasana. With your inhale, stack your hips over your right thigh. And then exhale, level your hips and step your left foot forward. The inhale, sweep the arms wide. Bring the torso upright in your crescent lunge. And then exhale, squeeze your elbows, forearms, palms. Inhale to go up. Exhale to go wide. Inhale, bring the arms together. Imagine it like a massive embrace. Exhale to go up. Inhale to go wide, reaching out like a heart as wide as the world. And exhale, draw in. One more time, inhale to go up. And this time, exhale, Anjali Mudra, and touch the floor. Step backwards to dog pose, please. When you step backwards, step into your foundation. Make sure that it feels fresh today. So you can enliven things you once knew about your pose and make them fresh to your body today. Press into your index fingers. Turn your triceps in towards your nose. Find a sweet spot between the most extended and the least extended part of your shoulder girdles. And then with an exhale, raise your right leg high. Inhale, stack your hips over your left thigh. And then exhale, level your hips and please glide your right foot forward. Establish your right heel. Inhale, rise up. Nice job. When you exhale, bring your elbows down, heart up. Inhale to rise. And exhale, elbows down. Check in with your upper back and your heart. Inhale, reach with your own sense of courage, determination. Exhale, elbows down. One more time, inhale to reach up. And then exhale, Anjali Mudra. Come forward. Touch the floor and step forward, please. Left foot up to meet your right. Enjoy a deep bow towards your legs. And consider again a mask that you might remove. Even you might just dissolve it by a few degrees. What could you let go of? A mask you know you cannot live within. And then sweep your arms wide, root your tailbone down. As you rise up, lift your face to the sky. And then exhale, hands to your heart. And please take a wide stance on your mat. A wide stance about something like this. I will recommend you have a couple of yoga blocks close by. Come over to Prasarita Padottanasana. You can start by just touching the floor lightly. Relax the weight of your head. So this is also a stable pose because it's like an equilateral triangle and it's a forward bend. So when you come into your stability, think about your foundation, but let it be a very fresh, like a contemporary experience of you in your body in this moment. And then rise up to your fingertips. And as you gaze down between the two palms, there's a spot where your eyes can feel like that's going to be center. Place your right hand in the center there. And then inhale, twist to your left. When you're twisting to your left, turn your gaze as far as you comfortably can, even though, of course, your upper back, head, shoulders, heart, neck, and nose will only go so far. Turn your gaze a little bit further to your left. And then let's exhale and release down. Place your left fingertips where your right fingertips were. Inhale, twist to your right. And as you're twisting, rotate your gaze a little farther than you can turn your nose. Keep the breath smooth as well as you're able to. And then as you exhale, release. So those are familiar ways to come into this twist. For most of you, those are familiar. Now I'm going to ask you to reach for the two blocks and put one block in front of your left foot, the other block on top of that one so that it's tall, like this. And place your two palms underneath your shoulders. Gaze down between the two hands at that empty spot. Place your right hand there, left hand on the tall block. Now as you exhale, twist your upper back with the leverage of both your left arm and your right arm. Turn your gaze to your left. Using this leverage wisely, I'm going to ask you to strengthen your left leg and widen your hips very slightly to the right so that your pelvis is level. Now continue pressing down through your right arm. Make the right arm very stable. And then exhale, bend your right knee. Keep twisting your upper body to your left. Bend your right knee, right knee, right knee. And then press down into your right foot as you straighten your leg. Notice the juice it's giving to your twist. Let's do that again. Keeping both arms steady, bend your right knee, your right knee, your right knee. Bend it deeply. The twist may feel less stable with the two arms. Now, as you exhale, press down into your right leg. Strengthen your right leg, right arm, left arm. Twist a tiny bit more to your left. And then raise your left arm and notice any bit extra freedom it has for your twist. And then let's exhale to release. And you can move your blocks over to the other side. So this is a process, it's neurological, it's myofascial. It's also including your mind and your body. And we're kind of untying things that maybe it would feel, to do it more familiar would be, oh, that's comforting. And this is a little bit less of that comfort. Place your left palm between where the two hands are. Make the left arm strong. The tricep turns in towards your nose. Take your right hand to your blocks. Twist to your right. Now use the leverage of both arms. So the right hand does press down to help you rotate your right shoulder back. Make the left arm steady. And just go inside the pelvis and widen your left hip very slightly to your left until you sense your hips are level. And breathing smoothly as you next exhale, bend your left knee, left knee, left knee. I know this feels unusual for some of you. Now as you press from your left hip down into your left leg, notice the force that is going to add to your twist. And then bend your left knee again. I'm asking you not to use the pelvis so much as to bend your left leg, widen your pelvis to your left, but don't tip it left or right. And then press down into your left heel. Keep the right leg strong, left arm strong. And one more time, bend your left knee, left knee, left knee. Maybe you notice the right inner thigh. And then press down into your left heel, straighten your left leg, keep the hips level and twist to your right. And then explore what's happened with your twist if you raise your right arm. And exhale to release from there. Please bring your hands to your hips and rise up to standing. Let's go heel toe to center and see what it feels like to be in this most fresh experience of your body. Meaning, this is the present moment, here you are, this is as fresh as it gets. This is the most contemporary moment for your body. You're in it right now. I'm going to ask you to place a blanket on the floor for your knees. So this blanket, I'm going to recommend you have it be a little bit wider in case your knees would feel that they have permission to go a little wider themselves. Okay, so let's step I have to get my lefts and rights here. Yeah, step your right foot out to the side like this. So the left knee is going to start right here. It's vertical. The left hip and thigh are vertical. And we can come down to the forearms. Look back at your left thigh and check and see that in fact you are starting with your left thigh vertical. And then cross your right forearm in front of your mat. Take one block on the tall setting for your left hand, and please twist to your left. And as you're twisting to your left, energize the right leg from your right heel to your inner arch, up to the inner thigh. As you're rotating left, it's okay to close your eyes, but try to get a sense that you can continue turning your eyes to your left. And then exhale, unwind your twist. So come down to both forearms. And now you're going to walk the right leg out. Let's go toe heel to the right. Hello to the inner thighs. If you like, you can swing the left foot in towards the center of your mat. So your left knee is out still, but the left foot can come towards the midline. And you can ask yourself again, this is a downward, inward facing pose. What mask might you lessen on behalf of love? You may try gliding your hips very slightly back. For some of you, that is going to feel helpful for the inner thighs. The left leg might feel like it's going towards child's pose, even though the left knee's out to the side. What mask might you be able to soften or to experiment with wearing a little bit less often? If you rolled your hips back, now is a good time to roll them forward. And then using your hands, you can go heel toe with your right foot. Come up towards table pose and swing your right thigh and knee in. And then the left one out. You can prepare this block to be on the other side of your mat. And come down to your forearms. Take a peek at your right thigh that it's actually vertical from your knee to your hip. And then cross your left forearm on the front of the mat. Take your right hand to your tall block and please twist to your right. You can gaze to your right. You also can close your eyes, but keep them moving to the right. Now for some of you, you're going to have to pay extra attention that the hips don't, in this case, they don't sashay to the right to contribute to the twist. I would like this twist to be in your upper back, in your collarbones, in your heart, in your head, and your eyes. And then we're going to exhale and release. The forearms can both come down to the floor. As you gaze inward, consider again what mask you might soften. We are going to walk the left foot heel toe to the left. You can also walk your elbows and hands to the left. If you'd like, you can swing the right foot in towards the center line of the mat. That's really your personal preference. There's no benefit to keeping it out there, and there might be more comfort for your knee to pull your right foot in. Allow your face to soften, so eyebrows, cheeks, lips, and tongue. And then glide your hips back if you would like to do so. Kind of like you're heading back towards a child's pose variation. This is an inward and downward pose. You can reflect on what you might be willing to soften, so you're not so held by history, even in your own body. And one of your masks may be less needed right now. And then glide forward. And you can use your right hand and left hand if you like. And you go heel toe with the left foot. And then step back into table pose. And from table pose, take one block to sit back in Zazen, also called Vajrasana. Please sit in Zazen. Rest your hands, palms face down. Invite your mind to go inward. And soften the face so you're melting the forehead, the eyebrows, the muscles around the eye sockets, the temples, your cheeks, the hinge of your jaw. Now we're going to use a chair and 2 blocks for a variation on Baddha Konasana. And I'm actually going to recommend that you pad your chair with a blanket, because my recommendation in the pose is that you put your forehead on the chair seat. So let's see. If you take the chair, like this. If you were in our restorative yoga class last night, the Ayurvedic restorative class, we were doing this pose in that class. So I just patted my chair. I'm going to ask you to take 2 blocks to sit on. And then place the soles of the feet together like this. So sitting on the 2 blocks, the chair might be taller or smaller for you, might be closer or farther. But the basics of the pose goes like this. We're going to walk forward, and if you have a chair where you can put your hands through the back of the chair, please turn your palms up. So elbows are on the chair seat and the palms can hold in that little tiny opening. And then rest your forehead on the front of the chair. So this is called Baddha Konasana, one of the forms of Baddha Konasana. I invite you to make it as comfortable as your body can do for right now. Relax the weight of your forehead. If it's difficult to get your head to the chair seat, it's always okay to put another blanket or another block. You can consider rolling your head a little bit side to side if that feels comforting to you. As you're reaching forward with the torso, you might find that there's a little bit of ease coming, and you can walk your elbows onto the chair seat a little bit farther. Welcome the breath to come down into your pelvis, low belly, hips. And then releasing the chair seat with your hands. You can walk them back towards your hips or knees. Press yourself up to sitting in Baddha Konasana. And ask again, if you were to soften one of the masks that you wear. As he said, James Baldwin said, love is asking us to remove the masks that we know we cannot live within. Now for Shavasana, I'm going to ask you to use this chair also and these 2 blocks. So one way to do this is you're going to have the 2 blocks go under your hips. So if you place the hips down, Take the legs, ooh, watch out for hair clips. Oh, some of you know what I'm talking about. It's very painful. So your legs may, like for me right now, the chair feels kind of tall for my legs. My knees are like, oh my God, I'm just barely reaching. But the blocks are going under like this. And the blocks go on a little diagonal. So the tip of the blocks is pointing towards your tailbone. And that means that the edges of the blocks are alongside your sacrum. Tuck your shoulder blades under. Turn your palms face up. Now, if you have the luxury of an eye pillow, I do recommend that. If you don't, there is this nice thing that we do. We did this last week, so I'll remind you, it is an option. You can take a blanket. It's called pratyahara. You put the blanket like this. I'm folding mine right there. And then you cover the eyes and the ears. And you have some blanket for the top of the head. This is called your pratyahara blanket. I know it looks funny. And please close your eyes. Invite the muscles of your face to soften. And then bring your awareness down to just simply watch the unaltered breath. The breath, you're not trying to modify it. You're only just noticing the breath coming and going in your body. And just watch this breath by breath, moment to moment, without meddling, without intruding. Watch the breath simply rising and passing. Welcome everything to get very quiet. You're watching the unaltered breath. You are not causing the breath, not intruding upon it. Allow everything to get deeply quiet. 1 minute more. And everything settle. The residue fades. That which is outdated flows downstream. Your receptor sites become available again for that which wants to come in. And keeping your body and your mind very still. Please bring your right foot to the front edge of your chair, left foot to the front edge of the chair. And place the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. And then without the block sliding away, bring the knees wide and then towards their own shoulders. So left knee towards the left shoulder, right knee towards the right shoulder. If your blocks feel slippery, you can hold them. Otherwise, no need to. And then very lightly touch your feet to the chair. Put the blocks aside, lower your hips down. Please roll to your side. Come up to sitting. You can choose to sit as you would for meditation. When you take your seat, rest your hands out over your knees like the pyramid shape we've been talking about. And then imagine yourself the mask that you would soften, that you would remove. You have to keep reimagining that because our history is very powerful, and even our facial history. Of course, James Baldwin means more than just the mask of the face. So you may have to practice that softening multiple times in one moment. There's a Zen koan that goes like this. What was the face you had before your mother was born? What was the face you had before your mother was born? Just bring your hands together at your heart. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May there be inner peace. May there be peace between us. May there be peace in all the realms. Thank you, everyone. Namaste. We'll come up to say hi for a few minutes. Thank you, Renelle. I know how that is. It's good. You've taken a break. You came to class. Really good.